All right, guys. This is going to be a video about what style of working out, what style of training is the best. I've had a lot of people ask me what is the best training method, what's the best split to use. The answer is there's no best training. There's no best split. And obviously if it was that simple, the video would have ended already. But the answer is the best workout is the best workout you can stick to that fits your lifestyle. And I'm going to break it down for you. The first thing you have to ask yourself is, number one, what are your goals? Do you want to be a bodybuilder? Do you want to be a power lifter? Do you just want to be overall fit, lose some weight? Do you want to do CrossFit? Once you narrow that down, then ask yourself, how many days a week can I realistically work out? How many days can I be consistent? If the answer is 2 days a week, there's nothing wrong with that. Fine, 2 days a week is all you can do. The point is now you know, okay, now I have to structure a routine for 2 days. So you can't do a push-pull leg routine if you're training for 2 days a week. You can do that if you know you can dedicate 6 days a week to training. So once you narrow down, okay, I can dedicate X amount of days to training, then you have to ask yourself, okay, per session, how much approximate time can I spend in the gym? Once that's narrowed down, then you can tailor your workout based on your time you're able to allot to the gym weekly and daily. So, for example, somebody can dedicate 3 days a week to the gym. Somebody like that, I would recommend a full body split. You're not going to be doing 5 exercises per muscle. You're not going to be doing 5 exercises for chest, 5 for shoulders and arms and everything like that. You're going to have to kind of pick what is the most effective exercise for chest. Pick 1 to 2 movements. What's the most effective exercise for back? And stick mostly to your compound movements. If you can dedicate 4 days, 5 days a week, I recommend, believe it or not, the bro split. That's what I do. After years of training, I've done it all. I've done push-pull legs, I've done full body, I've done heavy, I've done light. I think if you can dedicate enough days per week, then doing one body part a day is the most optimal way to do it. And my reasoning behind it is this. After a long day of work, most of us work full-time jobs. Some of us get to training in the morning, some of us, most of us get to do it after work. If you're doing your workouts after work, if I go into a workout and I know, oh shit, I just worked an 8-hour day. I got to do my whole body today, or I got to do my full upper body today. Let's say you start with shoulders, start with chest. By the time you get to legs, or by the time you get to back, whatever it might be, there's no way you're putting in that same mental focus and energy to back or legs than you were your chest or arms. It's just not going to happen. Mentally, if I go into my training and I know the only thing I have to train today is my chest. I know I'm exhausted from my work day, but I still have an hour or so to train. I can still go in and say, I'm going to train my chest as hard as I can. I have 1 hour or more, give or take, whatever time you can do to train that one muscle. My focus is there. If I know I have to do chest, triceps, shoulders, biceps, back, whatever, you're going to be drained, and there's no way the last few muscles you're training are going to get the same attention as the first few. I like going into a workout knowing, okay, I can focus strictly on shoulders today. That is going to ensure that the maximum effort is put into that muscle. It also ensures that weak muscles are focused on even more so. If you have a weak body part, everybody genetically has body parts there that are easier to grow than others. For me, it was chest was the easiest for me to grow. I can do minimal for chest and it'll grow. The hardest for me was biceps and, triceps not as much, but arms in general were never a strong suit for me. But if I have an arm day specifically, which is what I do, I have been able to bring my arms up, still not where I want them to be, but substantially better than they were years ago from focusing on that in one single session. I know I go in, I destroy biceps, I destroy my triceps, and that's the best way to do it. For years, I was doing a 3-day full body split, and I was lifting pretty heavy. I saw results from that, but I struggled with two things. Number one was bringing up weak body parts because, again, that mental focus was not there. And number two was the heavy training did take a toll on my joints. My shoulders, my elbows did hurt after a while of just pushing heavy weight. And I don't think it's necessarily the most optimal way for just to grow muscle. I see guys who can bench a ton of weight, but they don't necessarily have the most massive chest in the world. Lately, for the last several years, I'm going to say 3-4 years, I have been focusing on really the contraction of the muscle and squeezing, making sure I feel it, rather than just lifting as heavy as I can. And that has made all the change in the world. They say don't chase the pump. Chasing the pump for me has made a huge difference in my physique overall. I think there really is something to it. If you're getting a pump in that muscle, it means that is the muscle that you're working, which is the intended muscle group. Too many times people push weight that's too heavy and they just care from getting the weight from point A to B. That shouldn't be your goal. The goal should be, is the muscle that I'm trying to train being targeted properly? If the answer is no, you need to lighten up the weight. And I know sometimes it's hard to check your ego at the door and lower the weight in the stack when the person who was smaller than you was doing whatever weight on the tricep pushdowns, and now you have to lower it by 30 pounds. But believe it or not, when you're walking around outside, when people are complimenting you on your physique, they don't give a shit how much weight you can lift. They just say, wow, dude, you got big arms, or wow, you have a great build. Whatever it might be. I think lighter weight, high repetitions is the optimal way. And I don't think, when I say high, I don't mean, training 30, 40 reps. That has its place too, which I can get more into detail on a later video. But I would say anywhere from 8 to 12, 8 to 15 reps is somewhere in that sweet spot. From time to time, I do like to push weight on compound movements within the 6 rep range. I think that has its place too. But let's say you can only dedicate 2 days a week to working out. If you can dedicate 2 days a week to working out, I would do an upper day, I would do a lower day. I would do pick maybe about 2 movements per body part. Obviously back might need 3 because it's a bigger muscle. Compound movements which target more muscles. So focus on